Hello, my name is Dr. Shadaria Allison. I am the founder and creative director of Married to the Mission. I help women find their purpose and reform. And of course, I have been an international best-selling author of more than 4 books now, and 18 in total. And I can't think of a greater calling than the one to serve. I want to talk to some people out here. Marriage is one and has been, as a millennial, a staple in former generations for years. There is no higher commitment. There's no more complex and fun and trivial and hard and emotional thing to be a part of than a marriage. And sometimes when we are called to passion pursuits as nonprofit organizers or those called to serve humanity, we don't think of our purpose with the same delicacy by which we see marriage. And I want to help people who have a purpose, who feel called or beckoned, if you will, by God to walk into their purpose, to ask themselves a question. Are you married to it? When I say that, what I mean is, if you go up and you hear the vows that people, exchange, you hear them saying, for better, for worse, sickness and health, till death do you part. Think about that for a second and replace those vows with your purpose. Are you married to your purpose for better or for worse? Through sickness and in health, till death do you part? Can you honestly say that the thing that you've been called to do, the nonprofit organization that you're championing right now, the main reason why you are doing what you're doing, the main reason why you're watching me today, can you say that you're married to it? And if you're not, I think you should rethink your purpose. Why it's so important to marry your purpose is this. Nonprofit organizers all over the world, we get into it for different reasons, but we stay into it for the same. We want to serve humanity. And at the end of the day, we're some of the most overworked individuals at some of the lowest prices you'll ever see, with some of the biggest causes you'll ever find. And if we don't look at it as if it is a commitment, a covenant, contractual agreement between you and your purpose, a marriage, then we'll quit. My organization, Married to the Mission, focuses on communal reform of the church. For years, I've seen so many go without, or suffer from mental illness, or suffer from drug addiction, or suffer from homelessness. And some of these things used to be the things that I went through. But I found refuge in the church. And as time has gone on, especially nowadays, with all the things that we have going on, sometimes people are running from the one thing that they see God in, and that's the church. And in order for us to be a more effective party in the world, I feel like it's going to be necessary for us to marry our mission. The church must become a more formidable place to be, serving communal needs for real purposes, for real people everywhere. And so I'm married to that cause. Why? Because I am that cause. I know what it's like. Many of you have started your organizations and your services because you know what it's like. Or either you've seen somebody go through something that has pricked your heart and you said, I got to marry my purpose. I got to be committed to this thing because I have the chance of actually changing the trajectory of someone's life with one yes, with one I do. And so when I founded Married to the Mission, I understood, was it going to be hard to talk to government officials, to talk to church bodies, to talk to leaders, to talk to healthcare officials? Yes. Was I going to have to go up against some self-opposition, some things that I have to go through, some things that I know internally, spiritual warfare? Absolutely. But I couldn't shake it. When I first came up with it, it was 2014. I myself was going through a divorce. And I said, you know what? No more. No more am I going to put my relationships first. No more am I going to sacrifice my heart, put it on the line. It's time for me to serve my community. If anything, I'm going to marry my mission. I was on the phone with my friend Arnita at the time. And guess what? It just clicked. And then as I began to think about my life and all of the things that I'd gone through, I said, I need to help these people. As I remember what kind of church attendee I was. I need to help that person. How can I help that person? Nonprofit organization. And if it was a nonprofit organization, it was going to be to form a movement. And so I said, I do. And from that moment on, it wasn't happily ever after. In fact, it was hell on earth. There were days where I got sick. There were nights where I went through heartbreak, relational things, abuse. There were times when I started and stopped, came to and quit. But I knew that the souls behind whatever mission I was pregnant with needed me to remain committed. And so I did. And so I am. Every day, I say I do to my mission. Every day, I say I do to my purpose, because as this world keeps growing, as we can see even with the pandemic, more people are getting homeless. More people are suffering from drug addiction, from depression. More people are suffering homelessness and mental illness. More people are going through divorces or things that totally shake their world, and then they don't know what to do. More people every single day. So it is my responsibility to say I do. I don't get a chance to say, I'm just dating my cause. Think about it. When you're dating somebody, you're trying to figure out if you like them, really. You can't date your purpose, because that purpose is going to stand whether you feel like it or not. If your purpose has ugly hair, you can't break up with it. No, you got to marry it. You got to stay committed. You got to say I do every single day in order for you to push the vision that God has put on your life. And so I ask you today, I just want to encourage you. I know it's been rough. I know we've heard from everybody here, and I know you learned some great things, but I want to inspire you to revisit your purpose, to ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Am I married to it? Yeah, I'm feeding the homeless. Yeah, I'm helping people get grants. Yeah, I'm sacrificing my time. But am I passionate about this really? If I could do it for free, if I could do it while being challenged with death, if I could do it while going through a heartbreak, if I can do it when everybody walks away from me and it's just me holding a shovel on my vision, if that's not a yes for you, I ask you to get out of it quickly and find your mission and marry it. I want to give you a little rubric that someone gave me a long time ago on how you can find your purpose. Find 3 people, famous people, if you can, that you look up to. Find 3 things that you admire about them. Find out what makes you mad. Find out what makes you happy. Madder than you ever been, happier than you ever been. And then go do those things. Those are the things that you're married to. That purpose that you're pregnant with, that's your cause. So I love to help people just like you turn their passion into publishing. Most of my mission that I married are in my books. How I help people get to that great reform of the church, do it through books. How I help people figure out who they are and how to get over things and how to find their cause and purpose. I do it through my books, and I help people publish, and I help people formulate graphics and write bios around their purpose. I help them marry it. Thank you so much for listening today. And I wanted to leave you with that note. One thing that also inspires me to stay married to my mission is the late Coretta Scott King. And she said, women, if the soul of this nation is to be saved, then I believe you must become its soul. And so that's what I keep at the forefront of my soul when I'm thinking of the great mission. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Dr. Shaderia Allison. You can find me at drallison911.com. And if you'd like to connect, you can do so through info at drallison911.com. Thanks for listening. Marry your mission.